pure personal factors. So I think for us normal people, it is even more important that we work hard despite the environment playing such a big role. Because what separates us from really successful people is usually just luck and like those small factors. Okay, it doesn't mean that you don't you don't need like those you don't need to be hardworking or you don't need to be brilliant to be successful. You still need those things. You still those things are still important. But at the end of the day, I don't know where I'm going. I'm confused now.
Stop hogging the stage.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, uh, success is no. Also, environmental factors are important, especially when we're talking about luck. But because luck is so important, that's why we need to keep on trying. Because someday we may just get lucky. Right?
Yep. Thank you, Mr. Jared. Wendy, you want to go and you want to try or?
I agree with Mr. Jared. I think like he said it's somewhat to do with luck. I have a totally different perspective of success because of Elon Musk. Hear me out here. Elon Musk don't believe that he's successful.
His parents own a diamond mine.
Yeah, but the thing that I'm trying to say is that he don't think that he's successful. Like when he was announced the richest man on earth, he's like, oh, that's nice. Then he said, back to work. I don't know like how true it is, or is this the side of him he wanted us to see, but I think there are some common traits to a successful person. And I don't think these traits can be defined just by environment or by themselves or whatnot. So I leave it to you guys. Nick.
Yeah. Okay, Joey, your turn. Hey, wait, why? Wait, yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah.
I wanted to, I guess, follow up on Jared's statement about like, is success like made by like one's luck or like one's hard work? I'd say like a bit of both, I guess. Like, I'm just gonna use a few as pop culture celebrities that I know. Like you can see Ninja, the person who plays Fortnite a lot. A lot of people, he basically one of the most was one of the most subscribed YouTube Twitch streamers on Twitch, and his fame, there was a lot of places that helped, a lot of variables that helped him get to where he was today. Like when Twitch started giving out Prime subscriptions, which is basically free subscriptions to anyone, they were like, okay, who should I subscribe to? So Ninja, because Ninja was the forefront of Twitch, they were like, oh, I should subscribe to him. It catapulted him into to be, which was one of the most subscribed one of the most subscribed streamers on Twitch, which helped him with his I guess fame in Twitch and with his mixer deals. If you remember, back in I think 2018 or 19, they signed Tyler Blevins or Ninja signed the deal with Mixer, which was a lot of money. I can say that at least, and that also helped him to, helped him secure his, I guess, his success in a sense. But I'm not discrediting him because like, oh, he was there at the right place at the right time. His talent, I'd say, in playing Fortnite esports also was a trait in helping him to become what he is today. Which I would say like, success. Being successful doesn't mean like you put in all work and sweat. It's like the quote like, work smart, not work hard. And there's also one quote that I found, which is if opportunity does not build the door. So I say that like it's a mix of like using your using the opportunities and like the, I say, luck that's given to you, and actually putting in hard work to achieving what you want. I say anyone can be successful in a sense. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for that.
Yeah, Joey said what I wanted to say, but I couldn't mouth.
We thought of what you were saying.
Okay. I thought of another one, which is, I guess, Ben Shapiro. His quote unquote success, I wouldn't say is the best thing, but it is success nonetheless. But I say it is also a mix of, uh, it's a mix of him being lucky and him being good at what he's doing, albeit it be a really bad thing. He's good at being good at doing what he's good at. And yeah, I guess that also states that also like backs up my point of like success is a mix of like being at the right place at the right time and and putting in effort to get to your goals.
Mm.
And maybe that's like all I have right now.
Thank you so much for that. Like, anyone else? Anyone else have any opinions or thoughts about this? Anyone at all? Yes, Andrea.
I'm
Go
a little
ahead.
bit confused. Why success must be like rich, got big car, big rings like that? Why? Because for me, success is like you achieve something that you want, even that the something is small. And example lah, I think we all are success because we survive in COVID-19. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that one hit hard.
How to clap?
That
How to clap
definitely.
you, Gerald? Cannot clap one.
I think we have to physically clap.
Virtual
You
clap.
can clap at your own house, I guess. You won't pick up my thing because got noise suppression powered by Crypt.
Wow. Turn off your noise suppression then.
Uh,
Anything else, Andrea?
No.
But you gave out a really good point. We live. We successfully
Celebrate the
lived till
small.
today.
like
Celebrate the small achievements.
there's like millions and millions of competitors before you were even born.
Oh god damn it.
I mean, like, even if there are millions of competitors, like Jared said, doesn't mean that our own achievements, whether it's big or small in comparison to what other people have done, doesn't mean we should discredit them. To each of their own. For some people, being successful in a day could be like, I don't know, inventing the cure for cancer. But for some people, success could be like just getting through the day, or like going shopping, or like overcoming their anxieties. Could be just little things.
So everyone has different levels of success. It might not benefit much, but as long as they're satisfied with it, and it is success.
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess social media, not social media, but like the media in general likes to, I won't say discredit, but they have this standard of what success means. Like what Andrea says, like why everyone thinks it is big cars, big mansions, all this stuff, when it could be just like, just surviving through a pandemic.
I think like you guys have managed to talk about a few things that are pretty important. Like what is success to different people? Like what Andrea mentioned, success is like surviving COVID-19. What do you think success is to different categories or different people in different fields? Maybe we can talk a little bit about that. Let's start with the adults. Maybe what's the success of a teacher? What do you think is what makes a teacher successful? I mean, I'm using teacher because it's close to us. then maybe we can relate to like parents. Maybe we can even relate to ourselves. Right? You guys be the host.
Yes. So, anyone at all has any opinions on this? Anyone want to maybe give out a negative thing about success, or they're completely different from us? Anything is fine. Anyone at all? Yes, Katina. Oh, interesting. Go ahead.
You never to unmute yourself.
I think success is like what Andrea said, something we have to achieve. But I think success is when you can be better than yesterday. It's actually called success. That you can be better than yesterday, or just don't be worse than yesterday, but always be better than yesterday. It's called everyday success. Uh,
Oh, that's
That's
something
what I
new.
mean. Maybe some people set a big goal, but maybe I set a little goal for myself that every day I have to change to be better, and I will be better than yesterday and be better every single day. That's called my success.
Improve every day is your success. That is something I need to follow as well, actually. Very interesting, and thank you very much for that. So anyone want to wrap it up with a bit more? Anyone at all? I still see a few people who haven't talked. Come on. Come on. Come on. Anyone? Anyone at all?
Well, when there's no one to speak, maybe we can just relate a little bit to our own experience, you know.
Made up.
Like relate to your own experience.
Oh,
Yep.
Chin Yong has something to say.
To ask like anyone, like, you know.
Yeah, Chin Yong, go ahead.
I'm come to solve my cancer of lazy problem. Well, this cancer help me cannot achieve in everything that make me cannot success. Very hard.
So it's hard to succeed when you don't actually feel motivated to do something.
Yeah.
Agreed.
What are you talking about?
Like Jin Yong, I think you are saying like you have this cancer of laziness.
Yeah.
Okay.
So can you tell us what are some ways you tried to solve your cancer?
Can we not use that term?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, sounds so wrong. What are some ways for you to solve your laziness? What have you tried? What have you tried?
I was trying to focus then next second I run to other thing already.
Okay, that's your first method. That means you tried to focus, but your brain just cannot, right? So
Yeah.
what other ways you have tried when your brain cannot? Like say for example, you're doing your mathematics question, doing it halfway,
Yes.
and then you landed on YouTube page about how to build a swimming pool in the forest. I don't know about you guys, but that happened to me. Like I actually know how to build a swimming pool in the forest right now.
You've been watching the Indian video so much.
Have you been leaving your videos on autoplay again?
It's like it pops up on my YouTube. So like Jin Yong, did you do anything when you realized that okay, this forcing myself to focus did not work? Did you try any other methods?
Don't know how.
have this realization, and I think that's a good thing, right? You realize that, oh, I am maybe over here a little bit lazy. Oh, maybe I cannot do mathematics, I cannot focus, even though I asked myself, I tried my best to focus, but I ended up doing something else instead. Atyatia, you are here. Anything you'd like to share with us?
Yes. Actually, I have the same experience with Shin Yong too. I also find some way to solve this kind of problem. Like I set a time limit for the social media apps, and I also use the application like the AnyDo application is like to set a target for today. Like today, I want to do the UEC creation or to revise the chapter 18 or what. So I will do something like that, and I also use the Pomodoro, like the has a time like focus on 25 minutes and rest on 5 minutes, and go another round like focus 35 minutes and rest 5 minutes, like that. So it will be more focused for me in studying a chapter or in doing the mathematics. Yeah, that's my way.
What's the app called?
Thank
For
you.
what?
I think I can
For
refer.
the for the list.
The one, the time one. They give you points on, is it?
My one not giving me point, but I use my computer like the app is called Just Focus. It's very simple apps. Only got the small clock at there.
Yeah, because I think I read before that like I know some apps they like give you points if you study for this, you do this, then they like you try to make like studying it into a game or something.
Like
Oh.
Habitica.
What's it called? I don't.
Habitica.
The
Habitica.
forest.
Yeah, forest too. I think the
Yeah.
one that Jared was talking about was Habitica. Is I think it makes it like an RPG style game. I've never used it. Like I feel like it's too gamey for me.
For me, I do it simple. As long as I finish this page, then I eat one chocolate. Finish another page, then I eat another chocolate.
You have 29 students and you have about 10 pages per book, so you eat about 290 chocolates a day lah.
That's why
I think
lah.
that's
That's why it explains a lot of things.
I think for me the best one I've tried is to form a support group. Like I think just 2 or 3 people, 4 people I guess, total, and like each are like good at different stuffs. So like if I have anything wrong, anything that I don't know, I can go ask them, which is really good. And then like we usually just joke around like, oh my god, you're getting better at like at insert subject here, and then it gives us like this competitiveness, which is I guess healthy competitiveness, not like the kiasu type, which I guess helped us to like a joint success. I say
My strategy is not to do anything until the last minute.
that's called self-sabotaging.
And then if then wait until Wendy forces me to do something.
I heard my name and I feel like I was.
That's how I live my life.
For me, like what I mentioned previously to the other friends. Oh wait, Minfeng is here. Maybe let Minfeng speak first.
Yeah, okay, there you go. Okay,
Hume
for me,
is a problem.
for instance, Joey is actually bad in maths, and she tried to get a friend, and his name is Kasik, and he's good in maths. So yeah, we 3 of us, we every time we try to make a group, so we try to discuss everything, and until right now, Joey's maths actually has been improving a lot. Yeah, I'm the winner of it, so I really sometimes I'm really scared because we are sometimes we ourselves will will define it as some kind of a competition. Like, oh, Joey is getting stronger already, so you're type of just a person who are maybe not so bad or not so good, but you are looking at those people is getting wow, is yeah getting improving. Then what are you doing? You are like yeah, that kind of motivating for myself lah. Another thing is when someone's like a senior, when you're they facing the UEC after their result, then you will see that they already done things that already late already. They fail their subjects very much. Then you'll see, like imagine you are climbing a hill, a very steep hill. Like you are looking forward, then you see your seniors, they are quite struggling on like climbing the hill, and you found that they fall. They can't even stand up and just climb again. And you're now right now you realize that you have to be improved, no matter in strategies or no matter on your physical like breathing everything, like uh, your education, everything, your studies, everything. You have to feel, you have to try to cope yourself, you try to improve yourself. And because you don't want to end up like this, you don't want to end up like a yeah, shit now. Okay, so what we have to do is combine the environment factor and our inner conscious together to make ourselves better. Yeah, that's what I have to say. That's the main way of being success on target maybe. Yeah.
That speech was good and all. But why you gotta out me like that?
Well, I don't think this is like outing your friend or whatever. I see it as a very healthy way to nurture each other. That's
Yeah, I get it. But like, it's
Maybe-
out of nowhere.
I think
Like,
you know the reason why he would share is because I believe he sees it he sees this as something he's proud of. When he
Wow.
sees something he's proud of, then he's willing to share.
hey,
Like
don't cry, I know you're very
no.
proud.
like don't cry or what, but I think like you guys have this really good connection going on. Like you guys are helping each other out, and he finds that it is something great to share with everyone. He believes that this is not something we should be ashamed of. This is something like we should just share with everyone, you know. This is something that we are proud of. And I believe I understand Ming Feng's feeling, because I remember previously I was just sharing when I was in my Form 6, my mathematics, I got my first ever fail, and I seek help as well. I was so desperate. I asked everyone. I cannot accept asking because we were in Form 6 and then our class got shuffled. I cannot accept asking another friend who used to be not as good as me in like I used to be from a third class, she used to be from a second class, she used to be from a seventh class. I cannot accept that her mathematics was better than me. But at the end of the day, I accepted myself and I choose to ask her for solution. I ask her how to do this question. You know, this really short but simple question took me a lot of courage, because in my mind, you know, there is this invisible social pyramid, social strata thing. But breaking that allow me to really relook and really rethink my life, and I really accept myself for who I am. My mathematics is still really, I would say, still good. It isn't fast, Jared. It isn't fast, but it's good. I know my way around a calculator. But yeah, like relating this to success, I understand Ming Feng's feeling of when we find this group of close friends, and then we get to share this experience of growing together. I get to, I was like having like video conference, like video calls with my friends at night, and my friend was so patient. He would spend like 3-4 hours every single night just to teach me like one or two mathematics question, because like it was pretty complicated back then. So yeah, I think that's success as well. I'd like to invite Nick to also share his thoughts on this, because
Oh,
I think he has a lot of things to share about group studying. I don't know how this turned into a group studying session, but while we're at it, I think you are very experienced in it.
okay. If you want to relate to group studies, okay, I won't say the person's name, but I had a friend last year. She used to accompany us to group studies, but she didn't help out. And this year I saw that her way of achieving success is so disgustingly, oh, that's all I can say. It's so irritating, so shameless. You know how she wanted to succeed? She saw the other my other friends, they had a passing grade just about 60, and then she was very unhappy about it because they were close to her grades as well. You know what she did to succeed in getting a better place than them? She reported to the teacher what they had mistakes, and then they got their marks deducted.
What
Why?
the- That's
You know how disgusting that is.
that's just out of pocket.
The first day she did that, the second day she did to another person. She didn't change. She's always been that type of person, I noticed.
I feel like these types of people, they feel like I think before the session started, they view success, or I guess a social hierarchy, as a zero sum game. What, zero sum game? Game.
Finally, someone used that.
I was gonna say it. But like these types of people, I guess, be how they are. I guess this way of pursuing success is really toxic, I guess, because it has this sense of like, you have to suffer in order for me to succeed, and they don't feel like both people can succeed at the same time, which is why I guess having or like finding a really good support group, study group, it's a good thing, because like no one's gonna sabotage each other, and they all like want to help each other, and like when we all succeed, it's not like if I succeed more, your share of success will decrease. It's like both of our share of success will increase. Like a win-win situation. But unfortunately, yeah.
I like that, like you guys brought up things like issues like that, and these are all very very real things that are happening around us. Well, this is where I think this is where what Mr. Gerald was.
Dog world.
Yes, Dr. Dog will.
This is where what Mr. Gerald was trying to lead to just now when he asked the question, is all the success good? I think there are instances whereby people would use different ways, some acceptable by others, some not acceptable by others, to land them to where they believe is successful. And I would say it is out of our control. Whether if we like it or not, that's the real world, baby. If you go outside, you go out to the real world, it's the same. Of course, we have our own moral compass. We use our thinking, our thoughts, our reading, our understanding, our knowledge to guide us to where we believe is success. But there are a lot of things that are very it's a shady world out there. And these are the things that we have to learn how to adapt to. Even when we are talking about millionaires, billionaires, Elon Musk investing in Bitcoin, even things like that, people question it. So I guess at the end of the day, when we are talking about success, like, is success always a positive thing? It really depends on which side you're on. I believe friends have some opinions to share.
I think Yi Jun, Hui Ho, Jackson. Oh, Kati got something to share.
Can I again the success from my perspective?
Nick?
Go ahead. Is everything alright?
Okay, I think success is our missions, and success can only be reached if we have all the needed tools, and these tools for success is education. I think because without education, we won't be able to have a wide view of the world and be able to develop. Then, for example, a lot of youth and children today that didn't graduate from school and still went ahead to be successful in life. Um, uh, for example, Mark Zuckerberg, he didn't graduate from Harvard University, but still went ahead to become very successful. Yeah.
Yeah, too is a very successful person, but he went through a lot of shady things just to gain his success.
I guess what he's trying to say is like, you can't just say I want to succeed and like not put in any effort. Like you still need to have a basis and like know how to use the things around you to help you succeed. I guess that's what he's trying to say.
A lot of things include effort and luck and sometimes maybe talent and all that stuff.
Yeah, I guess. There's also some things I realize in like really highly competitive like schools or communities, say at least like no one is willing to help anyone, and I guess that also ties into the zero sum game thing. They see that like, oh, if I help this person, they're gonna like there's no benefit for me. Get what I mean?
We do a lot of things just to gain benefits. Without benefits, we wouldn't do anything at all.
Yeah, like it's sometimes in like I guess schools more not only schools like yeah both schools and like 职业上 lah, the workspace, it gets to sometimes I get like why competition exists or like why like you're helping people, you want to have a benefit, but like some people they're like they won't help you solely because they feel like it's self-sabotaging. It's like, why would I help you if it only makes me harder to like win? You know what I'm saying?
And
Yeah.
natural human nature, I would say, but
Yeah.
that's the topic for another day, lah, actually.
Yeah.
So, what now?
Like, I think we can talk about. Okay, we have Deborah. When we have nothing to talk about success from different perspective lah, like what I mentioned just now.
Deborah. Come on. I think you need to accept the invite.
There should be a yeah.
Hello.
Hi, go ahead.
Thanks. Like what in my perspective, like what Kaiti say, they say that like Mark Zuckerberg that he didn't finish his studies, but he still be successful. successful. But when I saw some articles, I don't know you know the articles is called it's like a magazine for secondary for students. It's very famous in China called Yiling. You all have heard it before. No? Yeah, like called Yiling. And then they said that like some people say that we do not have to finish our studies, then we can be successful. And then for their Gaokao, some people also did not person that they say that Gaokao is useless and then just pass up the papers without doing it, and then they are now regretting it now. Yeah, like 10 years ago they do not support for having Gaokao. They say it's too stressful. Then they are regretting it. Then they are getting regret now. So like what I want to say is maybe successful have different definition in most in everybody's mind lah. Like we have not same we define successful with our own personal thinkings. Like all these things it will all these the issues that affects us to define successful, like maybe our environment that we grown up, or the person, or our parents. Yeah, so maybe like for me, my successful is when I grown up, I can hit my target or my goal, and to have a stable job, like to do what I hope I like to be, what I hope to be. But maybe I don't need to be too rich or have big cars or big house, but I'm happy, and then I'm learning a new thing. I'm learning every day and polish up my skills every day, and then I'm just living my life to the fullest, and then like even though they say that maybe to study hard is not so important, but in my opinion, it's quite important. Yeah,
I get what you say.
It's a chance for us to change lives, like something, or change. It can change your people's lives. Maybe like you will not use the mathematics, the 公式 when we grown up, but the that result, it will affect us to go to a higher school, to go to a better school, higher ranking school in the world. That would affect us in our lives, because people always wanted to have good workers, and maybe you'll be you will not have a hard life, like a tough life compared to others if they wanted to success. But it does not mean that going to a famous university means everything lah. Like it will not. We can still being successful in our self opinion when we have grown up, but it's a little bit harder. We need to go through more tough things. That is my opinion.
Her point is like using education is a chance, is part of the luck of chance for you to succeed in life.
Just as a tool, I guess. I guess it's like education is still important in its own right, but you shouldn't like see education as the only way of succeeding. Like there's other aspects to be successful life, or like mentally. It's like having graduating will help you.
Daniel, go ahead.
I want to say that many people just to succeed there, like what they said just now, I forgot who said, that they will just to drag other people down 贬低别人提高自己 just to succeed. But I think that even in our start of life, because we are still in school, and my opinions, schooling and education is just the start of life, and even at the start we already can see that has a very negative effect where people try to drag other people down but not try to improve themselves to succeed, because as stages want to make their own efforts, and they just want to find other flaws in other people, and this make them more cunning and lazy. And also I think our human definition of success is infinite, and there won't be any boundaries to it. So we will just ending up getting more and more lazy and more and just getting more hinted at. And if this type of things are happening even at school, what will become of it if we grow up and go into society? So I think always trying to be successful is not quite a good thing.
So success might even lead to very bad competitions, and it's not always a good thing. So many different perspectives and so many different ways to define it. Whoa. Okay. So Wendy, Jared, so we continue on calling people.
Success is subjective.
Quite a few haven't spoken. I already written down the name.
Yeah, already
Can
very
call
poor.
them.
Over 14, 15 different ideas of their.
No, I already wrote down those that are not spoken. Can refer to that.
Okay lah,
Nick,
we
what's
go with
success to you?
success to me.
Yeah.
Um. Uh, when it comes to me, it's actually something very difficult to explain lah. In the term, I don't really find any point of succeeding in life. It's just you live and you die. So do the best you can in it. It it's just a word. It's just something philosophical.
Guess
Yeah.
it's really 4C, I guess. I don't know the term for it.
Okay, let's invite Yijun first. Go ahead.
Oh, hey. So, when I first saw this topic, my first thought is like, why must we be successful? Because I really do not understand why is being successful so important. Like, I think the society has placed a shit ton of emphasis on being successful, and especially when, like what Deborah said, when the definition of being successful is really subjective thing, and it's everyone should define what is being successful themselves. Like, according to a lot of you guys' definition, I would be a failure in life right now. So yeah, I hate it when a society measure people based on how successful they are, because it is simply a very subjective thing. Everyone should be able to define what is being successful, and they should also have the right to choose if they want to be successful or not. And ultimately, is being successful that important? Or I don't know. Some people just want to be happy in their life, and that is their definition of successful. That is their ultimate life goal. And what does being successful ultimately brings you? I don't get the point. Like, for me, my life goal is to be rich. I want to buy all the Hermes, all the LV, all the Gucci that I could possibly afford. But I wouldn't define that as my definition of being successful, because I don't really know what my definition of being successful is. Currently very lost in life. I don't know what I'm living for, and I don't know what I'm striving for. And yeah, because I just realized that even if I'm rich, even if I'm poor, even if I'm uneducated, even if I'm educated, I'll still die someday. So yeah, so am I happy right now? I don't know. Am I maybe to a lot of you guys' point of view, I might be a very successful student, but would I call myself successful? Hell no, I'm not happy at all. So yeah, I don't think we should. I don't think the whole society should pay so much emphasis, especially on Asian countries. We should not pay this much emphasis on what being successful is. And if any one of you is interested, I'm willing to be a sugar baby. Thank you.
Tripper June.
Tripper June.
You have your name. Usually they have like
What?
Handy.
No. You know what? Names Samuel
Yijun sounds like me when I was like 17.
Samuel gave me an OnlyFans name.
Oh God.
It's called Chubby Junyi.
I think it's Hoyen's turn lah. Hoyen, go ahead.
Wow. Okay. Wow. This is hard to define like the successful. Okay, but for me, I'm the same person like Adam and Yijun like born and die like Hakuna Matata. And then for me like the successful, I think we are too too obsessed about the successful. I think that the world is full of survivorship bias. Okay, everywhere is survivorship bias. People, however, like people just to each other is full with survivorship bias, and then I think that people too obsessed about the successful, and a lot of them will do the dumb things in the society. And yeah, for me, I think I I take my life as engineer, like not the things that I want to achieve or become successful. And yeah, and that's who I am.
Again, can you explain the survivorship bias?
Survivorship bias. No, I mean like the people who just successful people are like with survivorship bias. I mean like we always judge people like maybe like, oh, he got this and he will got that. And he think that like maybe all people would want to do that. So all people would be successful. Like you reading like all like the books or whatever books or motivational video, like it's all about survivorship bias. But in fact, like I mean, like, the world is so many like maybe like chaos or too many factors that we cannot measure. And yeah, and then I think like is whatever happens, it happens. We can't just just like it is the whole of the mechanism. We can't just change about that.
So it's like a dog eat dog world, like that's what I'm trying to say.
I think like the one talking about survivorship bias, you can look at like, I think especially the one about the university thing. Like a lot of people don't go into university, but how many become successful? Like how many become successful like Bill Gates, and how many get to drop out of Harvard? How many get to go to Harvard in the first place and drop out of it? So I think that's an example of survivorship bias. So you see, Mark Zuckerberg also became a billionaire. He didn't go to university, so you don't need to go to university to succeed. That's an example of what Howie is saying, survivorship bias. Like the origin, I think was talking about World War II. They were looking at planes that came back from the battlefield, and they were wanted to like reinforce the armor in the places where where the armor received the most damage. So, for example, if the wings of the plane receive a lot of damage, they were going to put in more armor there. But then, I think a mathematician or a person, he said, no, actually, we should not put more armor in the wings, because what you are seeing are the survivors. That despite having more holes in the wings or wherever, they are still coming back. They are still coming back. So we need to see where there is no, where there's no holes. It means that if there's holes there, they cannot come back. Also, all the planes did not survive. So like we are saying, oh, you see, they did not go to university, but they are still successful. No, these are examples of maybe one out of a million. So I think that's one of
confirmation bias
is
in a sense, like cherry picking information.
yeah.
There's this one book I was trying to find, like it talks like it has a bunch of fallacies. I remember I borrowed it from the school library, but I don't remember the name.
Yeah, Jackson.
My name's here. Yes, hello.
他没出的嘛，不过他海报你应该看过呀，大型的这种，还有张扬的一个免费送。
I don't think a lot of people got that reference, Jeff. Go.
张扬呀，他是我东阳路。
My name's Jackson, and for all of your opinion, I see a lot of points, but there's a lot of interpretation of the word success. Well, I'm just going to give my interpretation. Interpretation of the word success. By following Yijun and all that, oh, I'm a bad student. But to be honest, my interpretation of success is that, you live your life to the fullest at the current moment. Like, oh, you don't need to hassle about your life problems or your future, etc., etc. It will be just burden on you. So, for me, it's quite short, quite simple, to be honest. You live your fullest life at the current moment. Like a phrase I always reference, a problem for future me. Although that's bad, I know it's bad. But like again, you live your life at the current moment, and that, for me, is a great success in life. Yeah, that's all, to be honest.
Real poetic.
Thanks, Jackson, for your speech.
No problem.
If that is your motto, I will be very, very worried. A problem for a future.
Yeah, a problem for future Jackson.
I will be very, very worried. Like if you
Future Jackson will be so mad at you.
I know, like future Jackson will be like, it's a problem for the other future Jackson.
Yeah,
then when
I'm also
there's
very
no
mad
more
at Past
future.
Jared.
Like
Superman, man. Why, man? Why?
I would imagine if there's a time machine, I think multiple Jacks would come back to scold present Jack. To say, why do you think that you're supposed to do right now?
I mean, yes.
Exactly.
Let me make it.
But I do like to sum up today's this discussion by giving a good a thumbs up to Nick and Joey. I think the two of them, yeah, they've hosted pretty well, and of course, more engagement would be better. Yeah, like for example, maybe you can work on tapping on to what they are saying, asking a little bit more questions, and reacting to what they have said. With this skills, yeah, I think Joey did pretty well on that.
The thing is, I noticed a big flaw about the stage thing, because technically Nick is the host, right? I'm supposed to be a normal audience, but because I'm the stage moderator, I can't raise hands. I can only just insert myself into it. So I just I'll just stay here. I'll just host, I guess.
Yeah, I mean it's a good thing. Sometimes we need two hosts to.
Yeah, I think you guys played off each other quite well.
Yeah. And with these skills, just to bring you back to the Asian success, with these skills you can score well in your Muet.
Yeah, I think like when you guys all of you, a lot of you said oh, I agree with what they said about this thing.
Yeah.
This one of the skills they want us to do.
Yeah.
They have achieved one success.
Actually, talking about success, I think as a teacher, it is a success that I do not have to teach. I do not have to say anything. I do not have to lead discussion, and I can let the students do their own independent discussion, do their own independent learning while I play games. I think that is success.
What? Excuse me? What's the last part again?
While I focus on my work.
I highly doubt that.
Yeah, I think that's success.
True.
I feel like after like hearing everyone's talk, I think like success it boils down to being happy and doing what you want. Like being like rich or like famous is like other things, but the core of it is to do the things that you wish you can, like wish you want to do, like and without any hesitation or thought. I guess that is the core of what success is. Whether
Yeah,
big,
but
small.
I think like a lot of people mention like the struggle between the societal definition of success
Yeah.
and your own definition of
Must
success, and this struggle is like ongoing inside of us also.
Yeah, it's like yeah.
I totally agree with what Mr. Jarvis about said, because I was about to say the same thing. I think like a lot of us, even like our friends in school who quote unquote I don't know, 天high or whatever, who actually went all the way to go and tattle, what was the word?
Battlefield.
Huh? Come again?
Battlefield. Or snitches get stitches.
Yes.
Bitches get stitches.
Snitches get stitches.
Tattletale.
Tattletale.
Yeah, they went all the way to snitch on your friends or whatever. I think like that shows to what extent societal expectation on us would drive us to do. To what extent the let me rephrase it. To what extent, what are the things we would do to fulfill this societal expectation of us? Like Yijun was like so like desperate about all of this. It was like, I really don't care, about all these things. What I just want is to be happy. But these are unfortunately some of the things that we have to come to terms with. We might have to accept it because living in a society, like there are certain norms that whether we like it or not, we do have to follow. But I love that we have this opportunity to chat about.
I don't agree that we have to follow them.
Not follow all of it lah. Of course, the major ones you follow lah. Please don't take off your pants in the middle of the busy street lah.
So not taking off your pants in the middle of busy street is success.
Yes.
I'm a very successful person.
I mean, you can for you be a success, but you end up in jail. So for us, it's also a
You
success for you.
succeeded in like in humiliating yourself, I guess. That's
It's still success, albeit a really weird one.
But you know
Daniel
what?
want to speak, Daniel?
Yeah, do it. Please.
I think the pull down the pen stuff is known as success for an exhibitionist at many places.
Oh no.
Hey, we do open discussion, and
Yeah,
then we do.
thanks
open
for
discussion.
sharing your thoughts.
No.
Wait, Jumbo,
I think the discussion should be over already, huh?
Yeah. With that, I'd like to say I am very happy that most of you guys get the opportunity to share your thoughts. You are really thinking about success, really thinking about, hey, what we're doing here in school, hey, what we're doing with our daily life, hey, what we're doing, where are we going in future. Like, I think learning is also about reflection, thinking about your routine or whatever, and this shapes your thought, shapes you into the person you are today. There's no right or wrong in this. Oh, thanks. Hey, there's no right or wrong in this, and we are just happy that you guys are brave enough to express. To me, that's a success.
I think they need a Zoom emoji thing.
I know. I need the clap thing.
Yeah. I think they need a Zoom emoji.
So lousy. But
I
yeah,
mean, like, it's
we're
still in
done for
development.
today. Everybody say bye to YouTube.
Wait,
you,
you're
you,
streaming?
you YouTube the whole thing now.
Are
Oh
we
my
move?
god.
Are we? Yep. So we can
Are you
leave the
streaming?
station.
Go into persona lah.
Sean was streaming.
Wait, even the
Thanks,
active
Sean.
watching this part?
Yeah, we were streaming.
I'm lead.
Yeah, boy, he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
Next week is Hao Yan. Hao Yan, you okay?
Oh, yo.
I'm leaving the stage already. Because like, it's very, like Hao Yan need to request to speak just to say okay.
Yes.
I need a host.
You need a host, or are you want another person to host with you? Is it?
Another person.
Okay, maybe can we go back to training? This one is like getting annoying.
We go training. Lego.
Yeah, we go training. Yep, let's move.
Yes, Deborah. Oh, she's already. Okay, let's go back to training, guys. Wait.
Too many things. Too many ting. Okay. Sorry.
Anyways.
Yep. What's up, Deborah?
When I need to host.
When do you need the host?
Yes,
The
I
dates
forgot my
may
date.
change. The dates because no, maybe the exam will change the time, so we need to change the dates.
Yeah. Change again.
Jared, maybe can you what's it called? Send the schedule thing? Like the
The schedule thing is in the announcement.
Oh wait, is it? Wait.
Meeting calendar 2021 meeting calendar.
Okay. I'm actually blind. Wow.
Yep.
Not surprising.
Everything is where it is, but the one after like 4th of May may change. Okay, anyone want to help out Hao Yan next week? Anybody? Anybody's name not there? Anyone want to help